So we're going to start in the back. We're going to start in the back and at the very beginning of the line. Now, as you can see here, they get all the materials in bulk, and then they're going to make their own frames, their own walls. As you can see, here's the walls here. But let me show you what it is looking like as far as where they make their frames and their walls. So here they places where they can cut down the materials as needed. And then for the frames themselves, what they're going to do is they're going to start here. Now, all these frames, they're welded 360 degrees around it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about as we go down the line. Now, they're starting with it upside down. They'll get some of the items run. They're going to go ahead and get the axle put on in one tire. Then they have this crane, and they're going to end up flipping it over, and then they'll get the other tire put on there. Now, once they do that, now what they're going to be doing, as you can see, this one here, it's not completed as far as from the welding. This one isn't either. It's getting close. But what they're going to do is they actually, you can see the welds, they're all the way around. And by the way, one thing I didn't show you back here, let me show you this here too, is that with this one off, you can see how they mount two pieces of 1/4 inch steel. They weld to the frame for the hitch receiver on the back. So those are all on these. Some of those will have double because they're larger. You can see here it is on this one. But then once they get all the welds done, what they're going to be doing is, you see how they will go ahead and file them down. They've got to make them smooth everywhere, because when they're putting the material on here, they've got to make sure that they have a flat surface. So that is on all of them. So once they get it flipped up like this, that's what you got. Now, there's two different types of axles that they've got on it. This one is for their larger units, and it's either going to be a 3,500 or 4,000 pound axle, depending on what the floor plan is. The other one is going to be your standard type axle, you'll see. And this one here, this is for a small venue. So these are what the chassis look like. They'll get the wiring through them, get things bolted to them, and then it's going to move on down the line. Here's another chassis that they're getting ready. As you can see now, this one here, because it's a larger type receiver on it, you can see how there's two double plates. Notice how it's two plates on both, but they're all put there. On this table over here, this is where they're going to go ahead and build the walls. And again, 360 welds, and then they're going to put them on the rack. And they'll pull those as they need them going down the line. Let's go on over here. You see they'll stack different things here in the telling you what goes where. Now let's talk about the materials, because there is no wood being used on any of these any part of this build. And let me just take you over here and show you what we're talking about here. Here we got a wall getting ready to be going on a build here. So what you're going to have is, you have this material here. Now, for the walls, in most of them on the interior walls, they're going to be using this type of a wall material. And what this is like a fiberglass composite material. So it's no wood in it, it's not going to absorb water, and it's lightweight. Now what they're going to be doing is then they glue this, it almost looks like a carpet that they're going to be gluing on it. It'll look like carpet on the inside, I'll show you that. For some of the smaller ones, they're using this type of wallboard in them, and it's not, again, it's not a wood. And then they're also using Azdel where they need to, and that's typically on the bend areas. And I'll show you where that is as well. So for the flooring, let me show you what we're using for flooring. Now this is the flooring material, and it comes in different lengths and a little bit different width as well. So what they're doing, this is the floor material, and most of them are using this. Now they do have, for the toy haulers, they're going to be using something that's a little thicker. I'll show you that when I get to one. But that is the floor material. Let me show you what it looks like when we're putting this stuff together. Now, something I want to show you pertaining to the framing is the fact that the thickness that they're using for the framing, as you can see there. This 3/8 thick. In the wider ones, as you can see, then to keep it solid, you can see how they have a piece going down the middle, making it a much more sturdy piece of aluminum. I know some people have concerns with aluminum, but when it's using the right thickness and using the proper, I guess the way they make them, it actually makes a huge difference. Now back to how the wall is put together. As you can see, what they're doing is they're taking the 𝒃𝒏𝒏𝒄𝒏, and that's what this stuff is called here. This is for the interior wall. They're gluing this carpet on the inside, and then on the outside they're putting this radiant foil on the exterior part, and then that's what they glue the wall to. You can see how the glue is in certain parts, but the glue is all the way down there. They're using the type of glue that they're using is like a 𝒂𝒂𝒄𝒄 glue. The one that they use here is more expensive than 𝒂𝒂𝒄𝒄, and it has a drying time that is much less than 𝒂𝒂𝒄𝒄. So they get these walls, they get done, they're going to put them in the on this cart right here. And so as these campers come down the row here, then they start putting the walls on. You can see how they have, this is the 𝒃𝒏𝒏𝒄𝒏 interior panel, and you can see how they have the foil already on the back. And the next thing I've got to do is on the interior of this. This is where that carpet is going, and let me show you what it looks like once they get it put on there. That is what it looks like on the interior. So that is the completed thing. That's what they're working on right over there. Now for the toy haulers, this is the floor that they're using. So you can see it's a much thicker floor, it's a composite, and then I'll show you what they're putting on the inside to go ahead and finish it off. So let's get on over and take a look at how things are looking going down the line. By the way, I showed you they have the 𝒃𝒏𝒏𝒄𝒏, right? And they're putting this stuff on it, and then they're putting foil. So right now they have the interior foil put on it. What they do is they roll it right across here, and that's what they're putting it on there. And they're putting it on this table, and then they put the frame on it and letting that dry, and then it's ready to rock and roll. So as it comes down the line, so you see this one is ready to have the walls go on it. This one has some of the things on it. So it already has the fiberglass. They use fiberglass for the interior walls. They're also going to be using fiberglass on the roof. However, on the front part of these, when you get to the part that it bends here, they're going to be using, at that point, the 𝐒𝐭𝐳𝐿, because that will go ahead and be able to contour along there. Inside here, they're also for the roof, and I'll show you once we get up somewhere, it'll have the 𝐒𝐭𝐳𝐿. Here inside, they're using this just to protect the floor, but you can see on the walls, we have this carpet. So that's fiberglass on the roof. So nowhere on the construction here do you have any wood whatsoever. They're using the 𝒂𝒂𝒄𝒄 style glue when they're putting everything together, and then so it's glued and screwed. For their compartment doors, they buy the compartment doors already made to their specifications, and then they're just sitting here ready to go on as they need them. Now, as you can see right in front of these doors is, I call it the linoleum, but you know, the vinyl flooring that they're putting in these, and it's just on a big roll, and they cut and they glue it down to give you a nice covering on the floor. So now here's what a 14TH looks like. This is a toy hauler. Let me show you that flooring now that they've got the actual floor part, well, the floor covering on it, that's what it looks like. Now what they're doing is they go ahead and they roll that whole panel with glue, and they're putting it down, and then they're putting weight on top of the whole thing for a few hours to make sure that it dries on there nice and hard. You will not be able to remove that black flooring from that panel. It is that difficult, the type of glue that they're putting on there. But you can see the thickness of the floor, and then that is glued and screwed as well. Of course, they've got to hold the roof up on this particular one until they get the cabinets in. Once they get the cabinets in, they'll be good to go. Will not need the support anymore. Now, just like the other one that we saw back there, this is what we call a 12RK. So this is going to be the rear kitchen model. This is what it's going to look like before they put their stuff in there. You see they're getting the wiring and everything put in place. There's going to be your storage box up in the front where you can put your TV. Of course, they have another cavity there they got to fill up a little bit. But this is what you're looking at so far. Getting things going, getting the wires pulled where they need to be pulled. Now the next one we're looking at, this is their 14, it's an RK, but it's a RKB. It's a rear kitchen bath, and this is going to end up being the bathroom, which I'll show you. I'll be showing you what that looks like when it's finished off here. The difference in this particular one is you're going to get 3 inches. It's going to be, the bed area is going to be 3 inches longer, and then you're going to gain 6 inches as far as for the ceiling height. So you're going to be, it's a little bit taller inside of here. So you're going to have a little bit more storage, same size TV and so forth. This is where your batteries are going to go, that battery compartment, what it's looking like beforehand. Again, so that's the 14 RKB. Now, while it's fresh in your mind, let me show you what a 14 RKB looks like, finished product. This is what it looks like. This is what the rear bathroom looks like. And by the way, with these, there's no hot water on any of these. Now, you are able to order it as an option, and you can see on the outside it has a hot water input. What you're able to do is, with the water heater that you can order as an option, it would hang right up here on these, and then it's using propane to heat, and you can have the hot water input. So that way there, for the sink, you're able to use the hot water. But this is what it looks like in the bathroom. Sorry, I don't have lights right now. I'll be doing a video, so stay tuned, and I'll show you what that looks like. Now, in this area, this is where you're gonna have your pull-out kitchen, and then you have your double refrigerator behind that door. Like I say, we'll be doing a full walkthrough on that. So stay tuned to my channel and be sure to check them out. So moving down the line, this is the venue. This is a little 10 venue. What this will have is it'll have a dinette next to a bed. You're gonna have a refrigerator, kitchen, AC, furnace. That is what it looks like being made. So now the cool thing is, right in front of this particular one, we do have one that has now the fiberglass on the outside. You have the one-piece fiberglass roof. So this fiberglass runs from here right over the top. So it's all one piece. That's the beauty of it. Right to this point here. So you have no seams on the roof other than the edges, and then anything that was cut into the roof. But that is what that will look like. Now, I know you're probably saying, well, Paul, how the heck do they hang that fiberglass on there? And that is a great question. I'm going to show you what they do on that in the next one. Again, they're getting this thing finished off. So this is the wall panels I showed you earlier that they're using in here. And then, of course, you have the fiberglass on the roof to finish it off. And there's that linoleum and the vinyl flooring that I was telling you about. So to go ahead and put these things on, this is what they call a hung fiberglass wall. And what they're doing is they actually have a jig. You can see the jig is set up, and they're putting glue on all the tubing on the outside, and then they put the jig on there, and it is held in place for hours until it is good and strong. So I'll be showing you this one as well in a completed one. So that's going to be a full bed back there. You have a dinette. You're going to have a little bathroom, your refrigerator, a little kitchen area. That's what it looks like before we get it made. So it's kind of hard to visualize that with that jig on there. But that jig is holding it in place, making sure that everything's going. And of course, they have that big long storage thing there. Pull-out kitchen on the back. So this is what it looks like before they put the fiberglass on. Just to give you an idea. Again, well, not again, but you're going to notice that this is all aluminum framed. It is not, there is no wood in here whatsoever. You can see here, this is now has some Azdale on here, and then of course they're going to put that rock guard up on that, is on top of that. Now we're looking here. This particular one is going to be the 12. This is going to be a 12 bunk model. So the rear kitchen pulls out. Notice how we don't have the tall kitchen there like we do on the front there. So this is, instead of having the 12 RK, this is the what we call a 12. I think they call it the 12BH. And what you're going to have is you have the same bed area in here, the same TV, storage and so forth, AC, vent, but now you have the bunk bed model up top. Fiberglass. This is where your batteries go. You can start there going in there. And this is all finished off. Now, they have carpet on the walls in here. They do not carpet the Azdale on the roof. But it is all finished off for you. So that is what that particular one, the 12BH, looks like. Now we have in front of us, we have the 12RK. This is just the Adventure series. It's pretty much finished. It does not have the roof rack on the roof. I'm not sure whether or not they're putting one on there. I think they put them on all of them, but you can see they're pretty much done getting the fiberglass put on the outside. Again, from the roof material, fiberglass from here all the way over the top. And this is what it looks like inside. So now remember the build out that was back there. So that's where the water pump is. And they'll have a couple other gadgets back there behind the wall, but that'll be finished off once they get that through. See, they're starting to get these things come with, by the way, tire pressure monitoring system. You see that little yellow thing on the tire? Oh, what? Max air fan, so you don't need the cover. You're able to use that in the rain. Now this one, this is the 14 rear kitchen bath. So it's RKB before they finish it off. See, now that is what your kitchen looks like being pulled out. Now, because the fact that you're going to have the double refrigerators inside of here. See if I can open this. You have your double refrigerators in here. You're not going to have it in the pull-out kitchen there. You just have your cooktop, but look at all the extra counter space you're going to have. You can still hang, you have that hanging thing here, so you can put a grill there if you wanted a griddle there. You have a griddle there. You have different ways to use this. This is what the bathroom looks like before they finish it all off. The decals, that's where you're going to pull out empty your toilet. And showing you what it looks like. There's where your heater is, up underneath the flooring there. So that'll be finished off of your compartment. And you see how much taller it is in here versus the 12RK. So again, that is the 14, I keep calling it RKB, rear kitchen bath, but it's a KB, and it has a kitchen and a bath. So that's what that looks like. Next, we're going to have the venue. This is what this one looks like when it's finished. With the walls finished anyway. Doesn't have the windows in it yet. But you can see things are coming together. They've got the dinette booth getting put in that makes a bed. And we're going back to a 12RK. It's a pretty popular floor plan. With the bunk bed over top, the AC, you have your thing. So, I'm sorry, I called that the 12RK. With this window, when you see this window here, that's how you know it's the 12BH. And of course, the kitchen back here as well, being the half kitchen as I would call it. But it still has all the same things. Now these come with this, you have an option to get it with two different awnings. You can have one awning for the side here and then a separate awning for the back, or you can get it with this Overland series awning, which will cover from the front all the way around the back for your kitchen area. Stay tuned because I have some videos coming out on that as well. Now this is something I have not seen yet, and this is the larger ROG. Let's go on up here because I don't even know what model this one is. Give me a second. Okay, so this one is the 16FB ROG. So you can have a rear kitchen. You can see the light strip going across that door. You do have all that storage up on the roof if you want, or if you really wanted to go ahead and make that for beds up there. Each one of those rungs up there is rated for 150 pounds while it's sitting there, however 100 pounds going down the road. So that's 500 pounds going down the road. But remember, I was showing you when this window was out, we showed you this model, but look at all that storage you have. That goes all the way across. Let me go open up that other door so you can get a better feel for it. So that's how big that storage is. That is a heck of a lot of storage. You can see they have little tape things in certain places, knowing that they got to go ahead and fix some things. Nice lighting on this side. This one's going to have an awning back here, and then you also have an awning on this side. Now this one's going to be electric. This one's going to be the manual awning that's going to hang up top there. Of course, you can hang that thing on the side so you can have a griddle on it, or you could, you know, use it just for whatever, as a little table. Well, let's take a look and see what this thing looks like on the inside. So this gives you, it's going to give you a nice queen bed up top there. Now the cool thing is that you're going to be able to get to underneath here for access for what's under there. Let me go ahead and move these things and let's see what's under there. So under here is not for storage. This is where you have your fresh water tanks. You can see there's two actual fresh water tanks. I mean, I guess you could store a few things in here, but you got to be really careful if you're doing so. So that is what is under there. These seats, they do lift up. Your batteries are under this side. Now they comes one standard with one. You can decide whether or not you want lithium or what you want, regular deep cycle. And then of course this is your furnace, as well as your water heater in this particular one. So this is going to be your, what you call your dinette booth. Your kitchen will be out back. Stereo speakers in the ceiling. AC there. You can see all these little stickers everywhere. They've just got some defects they've got to go ahead and correct before they finish this thing up. Refrigerators in the front. You have a microwave. All your lighting right here. So you have, by the way, let me take you out and show you this, show you the type of lightings that you have. So you see nice big bright lighting. Now this could be white or you can make it yellow. So look at all this light you're going to have. You have yellow lighting on the bottom. So if you don't want to have the lights on the outside collecting the bugs, you don't have to. But these lights, you see how bright they are. You could choose to have those yellow so you're not attracting those bugs. There's that water heater that they're using. That's a Suburban water heater, and that's an on-demand water heater, by the way. You have your furnace, and then this is going to be for your toilet. I didn't even show you the bathroom on the inside. You have the max fan right up top there. I'll show you what that's for. Looking at the front, because I did not show you that inside the bathroom here. So you see that max fan? That's that max fan for you. Let's turn on the light in here. You see it's nice. Look at how big your shower toilet area is. That's a good size. It's deep. For those that are short enough, and they do give you a skylight in here as well. You know, if you wanted to kind of get an idea of the ceiling height, I am 5'8" without my hat. So my hat, I don't know, maybe I'm 5'10", maybe 6 feet, I don't know. But give you kind of an idea. So it's pretty good height in here. So what are you thinking of the 16 rug? Now, once they're complete, they go through a quality check, and now these are almost complete, but now they get a few other things they need to check on and a few other things they need to correct. And that's what they have this line for over here, just to go ahead and finish things off and get things rolling. So we have another 16 FV right here. It's a little bit more finished off in here. Well, they still have more to do. See that? Oh, by the way, they didn't have the TV on that other one. You can see they have the TV on the wall, which pulls out and swivels. Pretty good size. Now they have the little storage centers on the walls there for you. See, you have your bungee cords to hold things in there, which is kind of nice. So these are all of the ones that are just about done, ready to rock and roll and get the heck out of here. This one needs to be finished. It's missing a door. Sometimes that happens. They'll run out of parts. Yep, just waiting on an interior door. Now, I know on that one it did not have it. You have an option for a ladder on those 16 FVs. And there's where the ladder is, so it makes it a little bit easier for you to get on the roof. Trying to see if there's anything different on this particular one that was on it. So this one is finished, ready to rock and roll. It does have the electric tongue jack on this one. You can see a lot of the smaller ones, they just have the manual jacks because they swivel out of the way. Can't do that with these bigger ones. And there's that ladder again. They have the venue and then the review. So we're going to be going over these and showing you the different models that are available. See, since we have some light in here, let me show you what this, give you a sneak peek on this review. Look at that storage, goes all the way across in there. I think there's probably a light in there too. Maybe not. This one's going to come in the back, but they do have, you can see the door. So this one is not complete. Get this door out here. But you see it has you have the bathroom. I can't walk in this thing. This doesn't have the stabilizers down. But you're gonna have a front bed. You have a dinette, kitchen. So that is the review.